So, very briefly, I want to talk about something I found interesting that is about the movie, but not technically. It's not like stuff that happens on the movie. On Rotten Tomatoes, this movie is rated 50 by the critics and the audience. How often do you see, stuff being so exactly similar? Like, it's not 49 and 50, it's 50-50. I thought that was really cool. Now, let's talk about the movie itself. I found out about it from TikTok of all things. Saw a little edit of the officer scene, thought it was cool, and then I watched it like a month later because I got curious on what it was and ended up looking in the description of the video, which I didn't originally do. I was just like, oh, cool edit, added to favorites. So yeah, this was a decent movie. I didn't like how they did add like real life events. I'll never be a huge fan of that. That's not me canceling the movie or saying what the directors did was wrong. I'm just not a personal fan of that choice. There's two things that they decide to put in here based off real life events that don't really add that much to the movie. The cops are trying to catch the killer. I'll talk about the movie first, how the movie's framed. It's framed like a documentary. Like, these are real cops, these are real people being interviewed about a serial killer. And it's also framed in a found footage type of way, where they find tapes of what the killer's doing, and he had purposely given them to the cops. We find that out near the end of the movie. But anyway, the cops end up interviewing another serial killer to catch this fictional serial killer. You know who they do? They do Ted Bundy, a real serial killer. I was not a fan of that. Like, it was one thing when they had mentioned earlier real serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, and John Gacy. It's another thing to like actually have someone portray the killer in the movie and act like they're gonna help you catch this fictional killer. That's just weird to me. He was a very mean serial killer. There was nothing very likable about him. That is for sure. Like, he went after all different types of victims. There was no MO or anything like that. Like, he went after a couple. He went after a girl in high school. He went after a girl walking on the street. He went after men. He went after women. He went after children. Because one of his first victims in the movie is him killing a little girl. And they say that he raped her. There is no rape scenes in this movie, but it is talked about a lot. So I do appreciate, though, that they didn't show that. It would especially be disturbing in a found footage movie. More so than usual, to me anyway. So, he gets really fond of this one woman, and she ends up getting Stockholm Syndrome. Eventually, he gets bored of her or something and gives her up to the cops with the tapes. And, yeah, like, she just straight up has Stockholm Syndrome. She says that he loves her, and one day he's gonna come back for her. And then they tell us that she committed suicide 2 weeks later, and her body was dug up. So the killer, I guess, decided he wanted her back. Another creepy thing about the killer was that we never really see his face. He's always wearing a mask, or it's out of focus when we see his face. We don't see him very often. We more get so told the things he's doing. And I think that is a good way to do it. I am someone that thinks when you watch a movie most time, show, don't tell, works better. But in this case, I think them telling us the disturbing things he did worked the majority of the time. Sometimes it did come off a little cringy, like them straight up saying, "Oh, I'm going to tell you this disturbing thing." But I can't tell you this disturbing thing because it's too disturbing. Like, where do you draw the line exactly? It was a very good movie, though. I did enjoy it. So yeah, that is Poughkeepsie tapes. I don't remember exactly how they say it. It's only about an hour 20 minutes. I guess there is a few more things I want to talk about. The other real life event thing they do is 9/11. I do think it is a bit of a clever plot device. And at first, I did somewhat like the way they used it. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. So what happens is this cop was in town and in places when the murders happened. So he ends up getting framed because his DNA is found at one crime scene. And they are like, oh, he's the killer because he doesn't have an alibi for all these places. So he gets put to death. And he's found innocent. But the day he's found innocent and the day it's put in the papers, he was originally supposed to be put on the front page. But 9/11 happened. So they pushed his thing to page 6 instead of page 1. So nobody ever found out that he was innocent. And to this day, his son gets asked jokingly, oh, your dad was that serial killer, right? You know, your name's similar to his. And then, yeah, you're meant to feel really bad for this guy. But, like, he disappears from the movie after this. So what was the point? You know, give us a little bit more with him. Don't just make him disappear. I also like the scene where the killer goes up to the mom of one of his victims. And, you know, he tells her, what I hope I can do something for you or something like that. Whatever you need, I'll help. And she realizes that he's the killer. And he just runs off. That is a pretty disturbing scene. I liked that. The movie ends with some stupid shit. Like, this is a documentary. This is gonna go in the movie theaters. And I think it's dumb altogether. But one of the cops ends up saying that this movie's going into the theaters. I think the killer would be watching this movie. So we're going to keep an eye on people that are watching the movie a lot. Like, you can't... How are you going to arrest someone for watching a movie a lot? There's plenty of people who go to movie theaters more than once. When I go to the movies, I only go once. You know, I watch the movie. No matter how good it is, I watch it once in theaters. I don't go again. But a lot of people do. A lot of people go more than once. Some people go twice. Some people go 3 times. Some people go a shit ton. You can't arrest someone for watching a movie a bunch of times. Not only that, it's stupid to say in the documentary that that's what you're going to do. Because that is going to be put in the movie, and that's going to be shown in theaters. So if he goes to go watch the movie the first time, he's going to see near the end, oh, we're going to be watching for people that are watching multiple times. And he won't go. He won't go another time. He'll just wait till it goes on tape or DVD and buy that and watch the shit ton of it. Because it would probably be a VHS tape with the way this movie's placed. I thought that was a really stupid way to end it. And they end it with like this really disturbing killer still being on the loose. And yeah, that's this movie. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the killer was pretty disturbing. I thought it was more good than bad, but there was bad to it. And that's really all I gotta say.